Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Unlock the Science of Beauty. And my name is Sakeya Donaldson, and I am the founder of the Science of Beauty. And today we have an amazing guest joining us today. But first, before we get into our guests, we're guesting someone else's home. We are live from the MYAVANA living room space. So we want to thank our gracious host, MYAVANA, for hosting this webinar. You know. And so, first up, our guest for this evening, I am so excited, is a very dear friend of mine and a beauty boss in her own right, over 20 years in the game, honey. She has everything from products to education to a storefront. She's on tour like Beyonce and them. And I'm just so excited that she decided to join us today. She is a branding beauty guru. So everyone, please give it up for my dear friend, Joy Mebane of The Look by Joy.
Hello.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Please, yes. I'm so excited to be here. When you asked me to do this, I was like, oh, absolutely. Like you didn't even have to ask me to do this. You could have just sent the calendar invite.
And it was a go.
It was good and go. It was
so we're gonna have some funs tonight.
We're gonna have some funs tonight.
So Joy, introduce yourself to the people and just let them know who Joy is of The Look by Joy.
Okay, well, I am Joy Mebane, owner and founder of The Look by Joy Cosmetics. I've been in business for actually 22 years come this Friday.
Ooh!
Room 222. We have 22 years, 2 decades, 2 years. So that is 222. So yes. So excited about that. And over the past 22 years of business, I've seen the beauty industry change a lot. We've gone from cosmetic to cosmetics. We used to have little just lipsticks, but people want more permanent solutions, which took me through my journey and just started off doing brows and makeup and got into permanent makeup, product development, education, and the list goes on and on. So I guess we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have a conversation. I told y'all she was that girl. I mean, when you've been in business and operating at a high level for 22 years, there's going to be shifts, there's going to be pivots, there's going to be valleys, peaks. So we will get into all of the things during this webinar. So let's start off. All right. Okay. When you first started in the beauty industry, you came in with eyebrows, right? Right. What challenges did you face and how did you overcome them to establish yourself as a leader in the beauty space?
Well, coming in, when I came in doing eyebrows, first of all, nobody saw the vision of eyebrows. Like they were like, "You just do eyebrows?" Yes. And I'm gonna give y'all a little math on them and them saying, "Oh, you just do eyebrows?" So,
because the math got to be mathing.
The math back then. So I had to get people's math together. And they'd be like, "You just do eyebrows," and I would be like, "Yes." So, back in the day, Sakeya, how much was a washing set?
When you started out, I would say roughly about $35.
Okay, so it was $35 for a wash and maybe roller set, right?
Right.
So they was getting them in and out, right?
2 hours. That was 2 hours. That's a 2 hour, about 3 hours.
If she's
efficient.
If she was efficient. If not, it was 4 hours, 5 hours. Like you was there. So I'm like, I'm in the salon and I'm working and I'm like, why would I do and we'll say just for sakes, it was 2 hours. Right. It was in and out 2 hours. Right. $30.
That's $15 an hour.
That's $15, but then we're gonna say it was 35 with tip or 40 with
Right.
tip. We're gonna give it
Right.
40,
$20.
right?
$20 an hour.
Right. So $20 an hour. So it takes me maybe 5 minutes to do an eyebrow.
And how much were you charging?
I've never charged less than $10.
Okay.
Y'all got your
Okay,
calculator. You need
so
to.
even between you changing out your client, cashing out your client, wiping down your station, you could roughly get, I would say, about 4 to 5 clients an hour in your chair.
Yeah.
At $10 an hour, I mean $10 a person, that's $50 an hour, that's $100 an hour. I mean, the same 2 hours that they were
And
spending
2 hours.
washing and setting and roller setting, all bent over the sink. You like this with it.
Quick.
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 Okay.
Quick.
Okay.
And that was that was just the brow. So don't say
Mhm.
they want to add a lash. I'm quick with it. They want
Right.
to add a lash on with it. You want to buy some products or something. I've always had products. So yeah, so that's how the math for me.
Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
They don't lie. They don't lie.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
yeah.
Now, what are some things that you did to kind of establish yourself early on as the eyebrow go-to girl?
Well, I mean, if you really want to get into something, if you really want to be known for it, like you have to be addicted to it. Like I was addicted to doing eyebrows, and I really like doing it. It's my piece of art. The brows are the favorite part of my face. So me doing the brow is fun to me. So to establish yourself as the brow girl, or now the brow lady, you had to get them in and out. You had to get a good product. And you had to put yourself out there. So back 2 decades ago, we didn't have back 2 decades ago, we didn't really have social media. We all we had was flyers, and if you was real, if you was bossed up, you might have been able to afford one or two commercials, but I wasn't there yet. Yeah,
A commercial.
a commercial. Some people had commercials, but the Instagram of 22 years ago, guess what it was?
Outside.
Guess what? Well, it was that too, but guess what it was?
Hand to hand.
Yeah, it's gonna be even funnier once I tell you. I'm gonna give you
MySpace.
no, it was before social.
Oh, no social media.
Not on nothing. Not a computer. Not a.
I don't know. 20. What was people do? Passing out flyers and putting posters on telephone poles.
Guess what else? Guess what the social media was for back then?
What?
Hair magazines.
Hype hair. Hype hair. Hype hair was like Vogue. Baby, if you were in Hype hair, or don't get in one of those magazines from Detroit, because I went to high school in Detroit and I participated in hair shows, right? The hair wars.
Yes.
The big hair wars, right? That's how I met girls from Detroit and things like that. So, baby, yeah, those magazines, you would be in the shop like this with it. I want this. Like, I want this.
My cousin right here.
That's it.
Yeah.
So you went the magazine route.
Yeah, so I went the magazine route. I actually did makeup for some of the hair magazines, and
Nice.
because a lot of them came out of Atlanta, and of course you would meet them at the hair shows, and like the people who had hype hair, like they might have a shoot in Detroit, then they have one in Atlanta, because they taking you around the country with these shoots.
You outside.
Baby, you outside with they coming to you to get your model, your hair, your makeup, your brows, baby. And it was crazy how those shoots would go, and they would just like herd us in. It would be like a stylist. You get 3 models. She be done prep the hair already done. They got the photographer, and then the makeup artist. They'll just hire like 4 makeup artists, and they just next, and you just do. You get like a next, and you get like, and I want to say it was like $40 for per face. So back in the day, if you wanted to get money, you had to be fast.
Yeah.
Like, so if it's 50 ladies there and you sitting there talking about my word, it take me
No.
472 minutes to
No,
do
we
a
need a
face.
5-minute face.
Three, 3 minute
Okay,
face.
3.
Like they were like, come on, next.
Yes.
Like, so you
Yes.
had to be fast. So so I did the flyers everywhere I went. Hey, I passed out a flyer. I don't care where I was. If you asked me a question before I answered your question, I gave you a flyer. Where's the restroom? Oh, you
Oh,
looking for the restroom? Oh, yeah, cool. Well, I'm Joy, and I do brows right over here at Greenbrier Mall. So if you ever in the area, and I notice, how do you usually get your brows done? And they standing there about to trying to go to the okay, you do razor. Oh, I do razor. So come see me. All right, come see me. Then let me give you a card. And then now you got the card. Okay, the restroom is that way.
that way. Listen, but we gonna put that flyer in their hand. I love that. So that just goes back to what you
Yeah.
said in the beginning, like just putting yourself out there, right? You got
Yep.
to be almost omnipresent, right? And that's what I think that people don't really understand when you're really marketing and branding yourself. You have to be everywhere, or as many places as you can be, talking to as many places people as you can, because it's really a numbers game, right? It's about how many people you can tell about your product or your brand, and then how you can convert them to an actual customer. So
And
that
what was
that kind of leads
yeah.
me to our next question.
Mhm.
The beauty industry has evolved tremendously over the past 20 years. That we talked about, going from hand to hand to digital. So, what are
Mhm.
some of the pivotal moments and decisions that helped you grow from a brow expert to an educator, a product developer, and a branding authority?
Well, definitely partnering with the beauty shows and actually teaching at the beauty shows. Then of course having my own classes and events. And of course, my product line, once I launched my signature product line. So I with everything I did, I catered it around my specialty. So as even though I was pivoting, doing different things to get me out there, I still always talked about brows. So I still, when it was time to come out with products, I came out with brow specialty products. When I did the education, I was an educator and I talked about brows. So even if you follow me on social media, you'll see it's all brow content. Even though I do other stuff, I start off with the brows.
Right, right. Because once you brand yourself in a particular space, the goal is to find other avenues that all lead back to that one central thing, right?
Absolutely.
So like you said, when you were an educator or still are an educator and you're
Mhm.
doing classes or you're doing a tour, your teachings are on brows. You're talking about blading, you're talking about micro shading, you're talking about tinting, waxing, all things that have to do with brows. So no matter where you go, the conversation always leads back to the main thing. And I always say, keep the main thing the main thing.
You gave me the one about the famous Amos. Just
Famous one cookie. He got one cookie,
one cookie.
chocolate chip. And that's all he want to sell. He don't want to sell macadamia. He don't want to sell peanut butter.
He
Keep
don't
the
want thin
main
mints, none of
Thin
that.
mints, no. Keep the main thing the main thing. So, one thing that I really, really admire about you and what you've been able to do with your business is branded, right?
Mhm.
Baby, you gonna brand the look by Joy. You gonna put it on somebody's forehead if they'll let you. You gonna put
They
it on
get
their
close
forehead.
enough.
Liz, if you get close enough, she go right here. So let's talk about branding, right? Let's talk about personal branding and professional branding. So many entrepreneurs can't find that median. where they're promoting themselves as a person and then promoting their brand. So, how do you balance building a strong personal brand while growing a professional brand like the Look by Joy? And what advice would you give to beauty professionals that are trying to establish both?
So, of course, you got to have a clear vision of what your product is, which is you and whatever the product is. So you have to have a
Right.
clear vision of that. So, example, mine is brows, yours is hair perfume, yours is the beauty of science. So you
Mhm.
know what it is. Like, just write it down on a sticky note, put it up there, and just bring it all back to that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is number one. When I talk to my mentees, a lot of them, and especially us in older age, we are afraid to share our life with people. Okay, and that looks different for many people. So when we see as sharing our life, we see it as like a messy soap opera or a messy some reality show.
Yeah.
That is not what it is. What it and that is intimidating us. So that's why we are scared to do it and process it. My advice to you is just share simple things it'll be stuff that everybody does in life, but
Right.
just how you do it and incorporate your product. So
Correct.
you're going to wake up in the morning. What do you do? Yeah, everybody does it, hopefully. And then
Hopefully, praise God.
thank God you get up. Are you gonna get tea? Are you gonna get coffee? Talk about that. And then, you take your shower. On the way out, you're gonna brush your hair and then you're gonna spray hair perfume. And that's how you share your life. Now, the reason this resonates with people is because they're like, oh wow, she get up at 6 a.m. just like me. Wow, we're alike.
We're like,
Oh, dang, I want to try that coffee. And now they like the coffee. So
mhm,
now not only do they like the coffee, they seeing what else you got because you gave them some good coffee. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
They
So
trust you now. They trust you.
they trusting you now. You know what I'm saying? And then you stretch in the morning. They like, yeah, you know what? That's inspiration. I'm gonna start stretching.
I need to stretch.
I need to
That's
stretch.
why I be sore when I go to the gym because I don't stretch.
I
But
don't never
Joy
be stretched.
stretch.
Joy
Joy
stretch.
stretch.
And then
Mhm.
she brush her hair and uses the hair perfume. Gotta get that because it be woo. So I got to get that. And I see she be hugging people, so I know how to hair perfume do. So you see how you bring it in and you make people feel
Organically. You weave
just
it
work
in
and it just
organically.
and you ain't got to do nothing extra. If you don't work out every day, don't go try to work out every day and bring in the hair perfume. Don't start doing that. Do what you do every day and then do your brows and bring in the brow kit.
Yeah, that's amazing. And one thing I can say about you, right? So you are the funds mascot.
Yeah.
So when I say funds, how we spell it is FUN parentheses D money sign parentheses, right? So Joy's logo is don't call me if it ain't about no funds, meaning if it ain't fun or if it ain't about no money, right? And
That's it.
everything she does in her life incorporates the funds mantra, right? Whether it's you traveling, whether it's you going to the boat show, whether it's you at Cosmo Proof, like whether it's just you lounging at the pool in your building, everything gives fun and funds, right? And that's how you can incorporate your personal brand into your professional brand, right?
Mhm.
Because as you're getting ready to go to these events and go to the boat show, you got to do your brows,
Yep.
right?
You
you
gotta
got
get prepared.
you got lipsticks. So if you're out, you've been out all day, you out somewhere, you drinking espresso martinis because they elite. You got to touch up your makeup, right? So
I'm gonna be
that's just the
yep.
easy way to incorporate it every day in your life. So I listen, like I said, I ain't you one of my branding best because I'm like, boy, Joy is gonna put it on you. Like you are not going to leave without knowing the Look by Joy. I got right here. I got one of her a ring light. She gave these out at Atlanta Fashion Week, right?
Yep.
So who doesn't need a ring light? You know, you in the club, you want to take a picture, wherever you are, everybody needs more light. Boom. The Look by Joy. She had mirrors, she had pouches, she all the things.
Yep.
So, like I said, branding is very, very important. And if you do it properly, and if you create a product that speaks to you and who you are as a person, you'll be able to seamlessly, marry them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Correct.
even like with the hair perfume. People's like, Sakeya, you don't even have a lot of hair. How you got a hair perfume? And it's like, it's not about me having hair. I love fragrances, right? I'm a
Mm-hmm.
fashion girl. I'm a beauty girl. I get dressed up. I'm known for fashion. I'm known for beauty. The hair perfume is just another extension of my already personality.
Yep.
I use products for my hair. I'm already using fragrances. So it's just the perfect marriage, with my Fly Girl brand and my Science of Beauty brand, because that's how I'm able to bring them, like to really bring them together, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't talk about one without the other. So
Right.
that's just a perfect segue. Like you have to understand how to build a brand that you yourself can incorporate in your everyday life without forcing it, right?
Correct.
So, scaling a beauty business takes strategy and vision. What are
Mm-hmm.
the key things you did successfully to grow the Look by Joy from a focus on eyebrows to a full-fledged beauty brand that includes education, product development, and branding?
Well, one of the things I tell people is that, if you want a skill, you want to have a strong brand, whether it's beauty, whether it is clothing, food, whatever, you have to invest in education. Like you have to always be a student. And what I noticed is like some of the people who started when I started, um, they're almost stuck where I might have passed them. You see what I'm saying? Like they're doing the same thing that they've been doing. You have to get educated, you have to be around different circles and network, and you have to try new things. Okay. And with all that, you still take your identity with you, but you still have to incorporate new things because things are changing.
It's
So
evolving every
it's
day.
fast. So just imagine if I was like, oh, I'm not getting on Instagram. I'm not doing that. I'd be back in, I don't even know which decade I'd be in. And
Doing
so
$10. You'll be doing $10
I
eyebrow.
still be doing $10 eyebrow, a $10 eyebrow. Oh my
Yeah,
God. Yeah, 10. So just like, now AI is, and even if you don't know what it is, you better find out.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So just educating myself, uh, networking, and just be willing to still be a student and
Yeah.
learn and be a sponge. And you can come up with new ideas too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you want to be innovative also, just like the
Correct.
things that you're learning.
Yeah, correct. And
Mhm.
that's one thing that I think as entrepreneurs, especially in the beauty space, it's like you get so like kind of hell bent on what you see your vision as. Like I do
Right.
things this way, right? As
Mhm.
opposed to I do things this way, but I'm open to learning them a more efficient way, right? Because
Mhm.
like you said, things are changing every day. Technology is changing, trends are changing. So just imagine like if you were a hairdresser and you weren't learning how to, you did
Press
what is it
hair.
called? Press hair, right? Or lay wigs.
Oh
It's like,
my God.
honey, what how you gonna make money? Like,
Right. We not sitting there for 4 hours for no tracks no more, baby.
we're not
Let
doing
me
that.
drop this wig off like it's the cleaners and come back
Yeah.
and pick it
Come
up.
back and pick it up. And I need it put on and we gone. And so that's the thing that I really, even when I'm talking to people about business and growing my business and scaling my business, it's like the market is going to dictate what you need, right?
Mhm.
You were one of the first people in Atlanta that was doing like microblading and micro shading, right?
Mhm.
You were doing that almost 10 years ago in Atlanta. And from my vantage point, it was like, okay, women are tired of getting up every day fighting with their eyebrows. Like, we don't have time for that because, you know, one day they're going to look good. The other day, you know, you might be rushing. Now they look like distant cousins and it's a mess. So it's like, okay, the market told you that this was the next evolution in brows, right? Yeah. Women are becoming more career and goal oriented. They don't have time for a 30-minute makeup application, right? So what are some things that I can do as a beauty professional to help women reclaim their time? Because that's really all we working for. We working for the freedom. We not even working for the money. We working for the freedom. We want to take our time back. Right. We want to have funds. You see what I'm saying?
And that's what I was saying. The industry has gone from cosmetics to cosmetic. Like they want to wake up like this.
Correct.
as Beyonce has said, I woke up like this.
As she like so eloquently said.
Yes, I woke up like this.
Yes. Yeah. So anything that you can do, you know, as a beauty professional, that's where the money is, right? Semi-permanent, right? And so yeah, like you said, that's how you scale your business. You listen to the market. The market is going to tell you which way you need to go. So another key component in building a successful beauty brand are your customers, right? Customer relations, customer retention, bringing in new customers, just customers. Right. So building a strong client relationship is key in the beauty industry. How do you personally connect with your clients to create trust and loyalty, and what strategies have helped you maintain those connections over the years?
So one of the things, I'll tell you a few things, but one of them is like I do stay connected with them. I started back in the day when we used to have to write down their emails and then I would email them. So no matter what, I've always contacted my clients at least once a week. So, excuse me, even now, I text them once a week. I post 3 times a week. That's communication. I talk to them and I let them know that my goal is to educate you, because it's about you.
Yeah.
To educate you how to do this. So when you can't come to me, you can still have this look. And they appreciate that. They're like, wow, yeah, I do need to learn how to do this.
Right.
For myself, because I'm going on vacation.
Right.
And then so that's one of the main ways to really stay connected with your clients. And then of course, with my personal brand, like I said, they like it too because they can connect what I do with what I do outside of brows. Okay. So they're going to be like, oh, we saw you on the yacht. Oh, we saw you go to that concert. Yeah. Oh, we saw you, we saw you
doing your life.
Yeah, they're part of it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, and when they say you went on vacation, I said, no, we did. I put the whole thing up for you to see.
For you to live through me.
They be in the answer questions. What is that? This is it right here. What place did you go? Here you go. Here's a list of all the places I went.
Yeah. All the imaginary meals you cook because you don't
cooking with joy.
All the cooking with joy. I be like, sis, you didn't cook nothing.
but it's a meal right here. Who gonna say I didn't?
I'm swiping because you got to go back to see if you missed it. I'm swiping like the meal gotta be coming. It gotta be coming. Next thing I know, you just eat.
Anybody got time to be standing over no stove? I just did my brows. What else? What more do you want from me?
I just did my brows.
Yeah,
and I just sprayed my hair perfume. I cannot.
You wanted to smell like what? Chicken? Absolutely
not. And one thing I can say, Joy, you are the queen of an email list. You have been beating that in my head, like build your email list up, Sakeya, build it up. I mean, you have been hammering that in my head for a very, very long time. And so I can honestly say, like, you are a person that practice what you preach, right?
Mhm.
And even like on the personal side, when you're doing someone's brows, you're very close to them, right? Like
Mhm.
physically, you're
Yeah.
right on them. And
Right.
so that's really a way, for you to connect with your clients on a personal level, right? Because you're in their personal space.
I'm up in
You're,
there.
yeah, you up in there and you taking that time to about all the birthdays, all the
All of it.
anniversaries, all the parties that they're going to. And, next time the client comes in, it's like, well, how was that party that you was getting ready for,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago?
And did you get the job?
Did you get the job? Yeah.
Yeah. Did you
So,
enjoy your vacation?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
like you said, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, in beauty, like anything in beauty is just part of therapy, like barber, nails, makeup, massages, facials. Like people really just come to talk in any service industry, like even bartenders. Like I have this. This is one place that I go, and the bartender, like he is so cool. Like even if I don't have a taste for Thai food, I'm still going there to talk to. I'm not going if he ain't there because I want him to talk to me and make my drinks the way I like them and make the food that I really didn't want to eat, but I just really came to see
Yeah.
him and talk to him because he's so fun. He gonna ask me, he do the same thing I do to my clients. So how was that vacation? I'll be like, oh my God, you remember? Oh my God, I gotta tell you what happened. Like, and then I'm now it's me being
Yeah.
the counselor and I need
Yeah.
some advice from him.
Yeah, no, like you said, anybody in that service industry, like the service that you actually provide is a byproduct. You're really there as a therapist.
You
So
you really are.
definitely, definitely. So we have a few more questions.
Okay.
Technology and AI are rapidly
Come on.
transforming the beauty industry. We talked
Mm-hmm.
about that earlier. From virtual try-ons to personalized product recommendations, how do you see the advancement shaping the future of beauty, and what is the Look by Joy doing to stay current or ahead of those trends?
First of all, the Look by Joy and Joy Mebane personally, I am excited about technology. I am so excited about technology, AI, automation, all of it. Because I think it's going to take away a lot of the bottlenecking that we do in our businesses and day in life. So the bottlenecking, like you just doing over and over mundane work, and it's gonna give us more time to be free and creative.
Yeah.
So that's one reason why I'm so excited about it. Joy is whatever class it is, whatever session it is on AI technology, Joy is there. Joy is inserting herself. Joy is trying it out. And just, you know, AI and technology, it range from the smallest thing like an electronic sign-in sheet to a virtual try-on. Like
Right.
it's a large range. So I think a
Range.
lot of people
Yeah.
are intimidated by it and thinking that it's just you got to have this big monitor, but
A QR code
QR
is,
code.
yeah, that's technology.
That's
Yeah,
it's technology and it does exactly what it needs to do. You
correct.
know, and before you would have to say, get on a stage and say, hey, so email me at the look by joy at gmail.com and
.com.
visit
The look by
www.joi.com. But
not
now,
Y, JOI.
right, JOI, yeah, JOI. But now you get the QR code, you have it on your shirt because you know I'm gonna go all the way. It's part of your shirt. The QR code is going down your pants. You got a poster with the QR code. Put them things on the screen. You got people walking down. You get everybody's information right then, and you're not even sending them to mess it up. You can have they have to put it up, tap this, send, and it collect their number. And then you tell them, scan this QR code. I'm going to give you the top 3 AI technology things that I use in beauty business. And you at a beauty conference. They're going to be like,
Sign me up.
the
Scan me.
links, the links and the free trials. And 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
They got it, and you got their
You got
information.
what you want, you got what you need. Yeah, and I think that's a thing. Like you said, when people hear about AI or they think about it, they think it's such this massive undertaking, right? But it's like you said, it can be as simple as a QR code. It can be as simple as a app. It can be as simple
Yeah.
as a digital business card, right?
Yeah.
It's a tool that
Mm-hmm.
helps you operate at a maximum level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without all, like you said, all the mundane stuff. And like you said, when you first started, people had to sign in to a sign in sheet and put their information down. Half the time, you can't even read the emails because they done halfway scribbled
Got to
across it,
scribble it.
right? So if you have that QR code or you have that digital business card, it's just like a boop, boop,
Yep.
going on,
And
going on about your business.
it
And
it,
it's just
it eliminates human error.
like,
Like I said, it's quick, and it eliminates a lot of the bottlenecking in business.
yeah,
So,
yeah. It opens you up for the opportunity to be the visionary, right?
right.
To be the face of the brand. So let me talk to you about one thing because we've mentioned it a lot as we've been here getting ready to wrap up in a minute. If you
Mm-hmm.
guys have any questions for myself or for Joy, please put them in the chat and we'll answer them
Mm-hmm.
as they come in. But Joy, let's talk about products, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because especially in the service and beauty industry, right? The goal is to get from behind the chair, behind
Right.
the counter, and the fastest and most effective way to do that are by developing products that go along with the service or business that you're in. So talk about some of the products that you've been able to create with the Look by Joy.
Okay. And yeah, that is a key point. A lot of people want to be from, eventually you're going to be want to be from behind the chair. I don't care if you just started and you love it. At some point, you're going to need a break. You're going to want a break. You're going to want to go on vacation. You're going to want a day off, and then but you want to you want to still keep making money.
Yeah.
Products are the key. Products are the key, whether you get digital products, physical products, whether they're your own products, whether you sell someone else's products, whether you have affiliate products, you need to always have a product. And one of the things I tell my mentees, if you can't think of a product, go through your day and write down what you use. Okay. So if I'm a barber and I'm doing somebody's cut, I'm going to start off with the little
Neck strip.
neck strip. That's the product.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The cape, that's the product.
Yeah.
You know, the chair they sitting in, that's the product. You know, then you get the picking a peasy head.
That's a product.
That is a product. The brush,
The pig.
the
Yeah.
pig,
The
the
little remember the little sponge thing that they had and you rub it around in the head and it make it coily. Whoever
ooh,
came up with that, they ate off that.
they ate. Ooh,
Yeah.
they ate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of the things I always tell people. So funny story is I've always sold products, right? I've
Mhm.
always sold products. So when I first started, I used to have, the brow powder and the highlighter. So I had my own signature brow powder, which we've evolved to the 60-second brow kit, which we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
But I had like a gold highlighter I used to do up under the brow. Well, I used to get the highlighter, it was gold or silver, and I used to get it from the beauty supply store down the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
So, when people come get their brows done, they be like, "Oh, I want that highlighter." And I'd be like, "It's $5." And they be like, "Well, it's only like 70 cents at the beauty supply store." And I'd be like, "Okay, well, you can go on down there and get it if you don't want to get this one." And they'd be like, "All right." So they'd be coming walking back and they'd be like, "Dang, they ain't got it." Baby, before I went to work,
You don't bought them all.
let me get let me get every gold and silver
I did
highlight
that. I did that
every
before.
time. The lady knew I was coming in. She said, I got him right up here for you. Thank you. And I think one time she tried me. She tried to order like a whole bunch of them. She was like, well, I know you usually get like 20 of them, but we ordered 100. Then I'm getting 100 today. Don't try me. Do not try me. It will not be now because don't try me, lady. And I'll be back tomorrow to see what.
Just in case you had another order in. I listen. I did the same thing when I had my store. This is a funny story. When I had my store, I had a men's clothing store. And I don't know if you remember back when Jim Jones came out with Ballin', right? And everybody was wearing like the skull belts with the chains and all that, right? So I'm selling the skull belts at my store for like $50. But it's a lady at the flea market. She's selling them for $10. I said, oh, we can't have that. So I just bought all of them up.
They're mine.
They mine. You won't find these nowhere in the city.
Nowhere. And I'm putting out ransom. Anybody else got them? I'm going to get
I'm coming to get them. I'm coming to get
them. They're mine. You might as well just order them and ship them straight
to me. You might as well drop ship them. Like make our life easier, right? So I ain't got to come down here and just bum rush the spot, right? Just help me help you, right? So let's talk about the 60-second brow kit because baby, I love that thing.
Baby, the 60-second brow kit.
Tell us a little backstory about we got about 10 more minutes. Okay. 5 more minutes. Tell me a little backstory about the 60-second brow kit, how it became about. I mean, I know the story, but tell the audience.
So I've always had a perfect brow kit. The application, the pencil. We have the pencil.
I love so precise. I have it on now. I got on almost a whole face of the look by Joy.
You better have it on. The highlight. We have the gel and then the brush. So we had a perfect brow kit before. So during COVID, about 5 years ago, when everybody was in the house and they couldn't get to me, my clients are like, what am I going to do? I'm trying to fill them in. I brought the stuff. So we were shipping out a lot of stuff. And I was like, I got to do something for them because they couldn't fill them in as well. So I teamed up with the Perfect Brow Stencil and we added the stencils in the kit. So that way you can see the stencil already has the brow shape. You put the stencil on, you take the pencil, you fill it in, pull the stencil out, brows perfect. Then you go in with your concealer, with the brush and the concealer, and then your gel to seal it, and voila, you will have perfect brows. And so that was one of the things that people were worried about because it was taking them so long to do eyebrows. And during this time, everybody was on Zoom, so your brows had to be perfect.
People was wearing masks. All you can see is the brows.
That was it. That was your face card. It was from on up. It wasn't a full face card. It was like a half a face card.
Yeah.
So whatever you did, you had to go all the way. You had to give 100% up here, not
correct.
Correct. Yeah. So we put together the 60-second brow kit to help you do your brows in less than 60 seconds, get you on in and out the house. And it's like our top seller. We have been several trade shows. We've been on several TV shows. When we did our tour across the United States, teaching people how to do brows, we were on Good Morning New York, which was exciting. Like I said, we've been to every trade show here, even Cosmoprof in Hong Kong. We've been there. So, and then I did my own 20-city tour, teaching people how to do brows. And with the stencils, with any brow mapping service, you can use a stencil. So whether it's micro shading, whether it's waxing, whether it is just a regular brow fill, tweezing, tinting. This is your friend. This is
That's
your
your
friend.
girl. That's
This
your
your friend.
girl.
This your
And the
girl.
thing that I love about the stencils is the shapes, right? You have a S shape, you have a high arch, you have a what is S shape,
S-shaped curve.
curved.
We got S-shaped curve. We got two more shapes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
five.
We have soft, and it's
Off
one.
curve. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is that like it fits every shape of the brow and it's
Mm-hmm.
literally perfect,
Yeah.
right? 60 seconds, right? You were actually the beauty sponsor for Atlanta Fashion Week in 2024
Mm-hmm.
with the Look by Joy. Can you talk about that a little bit and what that experience was like?
Well, it was absolutely amazing. I mean, first of all, the Atlanta Fashion Week. Hey,
Yeah.
being invited to be a part of Atlanta Fashion Week was the bomb. So
Yeah.
we were the makeup sponsor. So our makeup was on every model that walked the runway. We took them signature kits to the artists, and they used the kits, and they also use our signature lipsticks, our foundations, and our eyeshadow. So we have a pretty much full line of cosmetics. So we took the kits to the artists, and they used them on all the models. Not only that, Sakeya and I had a beauty lounge.
We
Yeah,
did. We
we
did.
did,
It
along
was
with,
it was a
yeah,
thing.
yes, with Saint Royal Vodka.
Yes.
So that was great. So it was like a lounge. Sakia was on one side. I was on the other side with the Look by Joy. We had the Fly Girl hair perfume on one
Perfume.
side, the Look by Joy on the other side, and in the middle we had Saint Royal Vodka, our sponsor, passing out drinks.
Yeah.
And the people came over, loved it. They were mingling. We did a brow talk session. The girlies came over and did content. People
Yes.
bought people bought 60-second brow kits. They
Yeah.
got the lights, the signature lights,
Yes.
and they got everybody's hair was smelling what's
Yes. Amazing,
what.
baby. We had the things. We had the things.
Yeah, we had
And
it going
so
on.
yes. So Joy, what's on tap for the Look by Joy in 2025? What can we be on the lookout for?
Well, we are definitely adding some more classes. So
Okay.
we're doing makeup classes, we're doing micro shading classes, and we're doing for both of them, we're doing beginners and step two. So if you want to in advanced classes, so if you just want to do your own makeup, that's fine. Then we have the advanced class where you could bring a model and do a model. Then if you with the micro shading, if you want to learn micro shading, we're teaching that. Then we have the advanced. If you want a refresher, if you're taking a class and you want to do a model, you can also do that. We're excited about that. We're excited about the AI that we've incorporated. So the AI that we incorporated, like I said, of course we have the QR code, we have the automatic sign-in sheets, and we are honing down on omni marketing because our goal is to educate our clients on how to use the products so they can have the look every day at home. Okay. Now, we do want you to come to the store, but if you can't make it to the store, we would love for you to learn how to do your brows and makeup at home. So, this is a real fresh,
Yeah.
just 60-second look quick, just everyday
Listen.
look.
Listen. I got the brow pencil, I have the gel, I have the highlighter, I have two of the lipsticks that I've been doing this ombre thing with
The
ever since I
teas.
figured out T what color. I know it's the dark brown and then
Yeah, you have teas, and do you have text me? I think you might have
text.
text me.
That's
Yep.
it. Text me.
Yep.
Tease and text me. Those are the two
Teas
that
and
I have.
send
Yeah.
it's in the send new collection. So You're shopping, yes. Send nudes.
Yes,
So we
send
have
you.
seven lovely nudes.
Yes, I love it. That's my go-to. So that's what I'm rocking now. So also we have our Fly Girl approved hair perfume in Colossal. This is our first offering. It is amazing. It has notes of bitter peaches and oranges and jasmine. And it
It
just smells
smells really, really good.
yeah, really fresh and really tropical. So you can definitely find that on Fly Girl Approved store.com. We have our next scent getting ready to drop. I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek of it.
Ooh.
This is
Ooh.
it. And this is our unisex fragrance, and it's called Say Less. So this
Mm.
is our this is my like tester bottle. So we'll be releasing this in the coming weeks. And then also we have the Science of Beauty STEM HBCU tour that is happening this summer. I'm super excited about that. For young girls ages 14 to 17, we're introducing them to STEM careers that exist in the beauty space. We'll be at 3 HBCUs this summer. We'll be at Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia. We'll be at Xavier in Louisiana, New Orleans, and we'll be at North Carolina A&T in Greensboro, North Carolina. So if you want any information, you can follow us at the Science of Beauty.HQ for all the tour stops, registration, all things Science of Beauty Camp. The Look by Joy. You can find her at The Look by Joy on all social platforms. Let's see, we have a few questions. Latita says, I need a refresher course. I took your class in Houston. Okay.
Okay. All
Do
right.
you have Houston on your tour list, honey?
You know what? We started off home base in
Okay.
Atlanta,
Okay.
so we are. And I've been asking people like, what cities should we throw on the actual tour? So
Okay.
Houston was a big one. Houston was a big one. So we might have to throw Houston back on there, but definitely why don't you just come on out to Atlanta? We're doing them every month. We do private classes too. If you just want to be by yourself with me. North Carolina. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlotte.
You could definitely get to the A.
Yeah,
She
you
could
definitely
definitely get to the
come on.
A.
I'll see you in 3 hours. I'll
Yeah.
see you in 3 hours. But Charlotte was a good city too. So when we do go back out, definitely Houston, definitely Charlotte, definitely New York. Dallas was some good cities. Chicago
Chicago.
was
I
a
was
great
gonna say
city. So
Chicago.
yeah, so that those were good cities. DC, all of the DMV was good. So
Nice.
definitely when we go back out, uh, I flew. Oh yeah, you know what? A lot of people did. They flew. You know when we was shut down, everybody was shut down.
Mhm.
But Houston
Houston
was
and
open.
Atlanta was open.
When
Houston
I
and
say I just
Atlanta.
kept going back. I'll be back in Houston. I'll be back
You
in
like
Atlanta.
this between Houston and Atlanta.
They're like, do she live in Houston or do she live in Atlanta? Do she live in Houston?
Both.
Baby,
Both.
that
Um,
hotel was tired of seeing me in that conference room. Like nobody, this is my conference room. One time they tried to tell me the conference room was booked.
was
No, it's
booked.
not.
Like, how dare y'all? This my conference room.
You talking to me? No, I ain't
Okay,
talking.
someone said I need a makeup course too. Yes,
Yes.
definitely. I will definitely encourage people to take the makeup class just because like Joyce said, you want to be able to give yourself a face at home. You don't want to be so dependent and so reliant on a makeup artist. And it's expensive to get your makeup done, all the time. So if you can get yourself a nice 10-minute beat that is going to look good, I definitely think that that's something that you should
Yeah, and that's what the
invest
makeup
in.
class focuses on. It just focuses on, you knowing how to do your makeup and improving your selfies. That's
Yeah,
all we were trying to do. Just improve your
that's it.
selfies, just a little touch.
That's
Make sure you
it.
look good on Zoom. Make sure you look good for your interviews. Make sure you look good for your outings, girls' nights, and dates.
Yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
We ain't trying to snatch the face back. We just trying to give you a nice
Right.
little beat.
Mm-hmm.
I live in Raleigh, but used to live in Atlanta. I'll definitely go to ATL. Yeah, go to ATL,
Come
girl.
on.
It
And
be surprises in ATL. You don't know who gonna pop out at ATL.
right. And then I
You
have a
just don't.
question on mine. Yes, I still do the razor. We do the razor, waxing, tweezing, tinting, the fill-ins, microblading, all of that. So
Full
yeah, we still
service.
full service.
Full service, full service. Kanika said, enjoyed this conversation. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Kanika. We appreciate it. Well, Joy, I thank you so very much for taking this Tuesday out to come in the living room and chill with us.
Yes.
Um, I'm so excited for you. I'm so proud of you, of what you've been able to accomplish and grow and scale. And, now it's only up and onward from here. Thank you to our gracious host, MYAVANA, for letting us crash
Thank you. Thank
the
you. Thank you.
living room. And yes, for all things Fly Girl approved, Science of Beauty, holla at us. So thank you
Holla
guys
at us.
so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time on Unlock the Science of Beauty. Bye.
Bye bye.